So buying a HUD home, good neighbor next door. Have you heard about this before? Uh, it's something that I think a lot of service workers, uh, police officers, teachers, um, EMT workers, firefighters, uh, they might be interested in this topic. And I haven't heard it much lately. But welcome back. Another Hump Day Real Estate with Kendell in the DMV. And we're going to talk about it. So today, HUD. What is HUD? Well, it's the acronym for that the government agency, U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, uses, and that's how everybody knows that department based off of using calling HUD. And what does HUD do? So HUD assists low-income household with rental subsidies in the private sector, primarily through Section 8 certificates and vouchers through the Office of Public and Indian Housing. Families seeking assistance applied through their local public housing agency. So you get a little deeper, excuse me, on what HUD does. But today, what we're going to basically jump into, and I just got excited about it because, excuse me, I had an opportunity. Client came and was actually looking to put a bid in on one of those HUD properties. And we don't talk about these HUD properties a whole lot. I used to market them for years and haven't really been paying attention to HUD properties a lot lately. And but it's something that I think we need to talk about because there are some opportunities there. And I think some of the actual home buyers who have an opportunity, excuse me, I don't know what's going on today, have the opportunities, especially, let me see, especially the service officers, I mean, police officers, firefighters, etc., for this Good Neighbor Next Door program, the good opportunity for them to get a house and get a 50% discount. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to share my screen in just a second. Look at something. So check this out, folks. So I'm in my MLS, and surprisingly, through the whole MLS, there's only 18 HUD properties active in the listing right now. So I'm gonna run these down just so you can kind of see uh, what these properties are before we actually get into what the Good Neighbor um, program really entails. So these are Baltimore City properties here that are all HUD properties. Now, HUD properties, again, we're going to get into this, but these are homes taken back by HUD that's FHA, federally Federal Housing Administration, and HUD is the backer of these loans. And so when they get them back, and they sell them back out. Sometimes they auction them, etc. So these are some of the homes that are actually that they have on the market right now, and there's only 18 of them, surprisingly. But I guess also this is why we don't hear that much about them. Just going to scroll through them and let you see them, see exactly what's kind of out there. We just ran through Baltimore City, heading into the county now. Some of these homes are actually in PA. So folks interested in PA, there are a few HUD properties out there as well. New Jersey. Joplin, Maryland. That's the Maryland. Capitol Heights, Maryland. Mechanicsville, Maryland. Fredericksburg, Virginia. Washington, D.C. Margainesville, Maryland. And your PA. And so these are 18 properties that are actually listed by HUD. But catch 22 is that these are not, so there's agents working with HUD to actually list these in the MLS, but HUD is, again, it's a government entity. They're their own. So they actually have their own website as well. So we're going to go there, and I kind of flip-flop when I did this the way I'm doing it, but I'm going to go there, and I'm excited because I'm hoping tonight one of my client actually gets this house. So check this out. So this is actually in Baltimore County. And so we can see here, this home here, in 6 hours, uh, they're going to shut this thing down. And then whomever made bids. Now, here's the thing, that whomever made bids on this property, they're going to randomly pull a name out the hat. And that person be able to purchase this home for, now, here's the crazy thing. It's at this price, but what happens is the actual loan will be half. So this person will actually buy this for what, 140, whatever that number was, 144, whatever that, 137, whatever that number is, right? And so they will be actually getting the property for half of what the list price is that you actually see. And this is for firefighters, police officers, teachers, and some of the other support workers. And with this program, you can actually use 203K loan to go in and fix it up. This house needs a little bit of repair. But structurally sound house, nice big backyard. It's on a hill, but surprisingly, where this thing sits, it's not as bad. And two one and one on, it might not be as bad to everybody. But some gorgeous trees that they installed here. Let's see how it's still going down the hill a little bit, and you can see it from the front as well. But folks, this is the actual the portal here, HUDhomestore.gov, and you can go here yourself to look at properties. So, and you can go and get all the information, but you actually need a realtor to actually put in the bid for you. And so they do have a place in here, find agents, that so you can go find broker, so that you can go find the broker that you want to put the bid in. Hopefully you won't go that far because Marcellus Kendell is the one who's educating you on this process. Hopefully you reach out to me to talk to me about doing this. But to get back to the education piece. Now, look at the type of deal this could actually be. Now, I'm not a lender, so I don't have all the particulars, but I tell you, looking at the file that we have, what's happening is that if the price is 278, but the loan amount will actually be half of that, whatever that number is. But now here's a kicker. Just like the grants, everybody wants the grants, and especially in the Baltimore area, they want the grants. You have to understand the grants come with a second mortgage, but you don't pay anything on it. And then it lasts us for X amount of years. So we're going to get into that in a second. Excuse me. So let's go there now. But again, that's HUDHomestore.gov. So listen up here. Let's do this. It took me back from where I wanted to be. We're only going to talk about the good neighbors next door, so I got to pull that back up. And that must be slowing down. Give me 1 second, folks. Always a little technical difficulty. Want it. The internet decides to freeze up. That's not good. So, some reason, not sure why that's doing what it's doing. So, at a glance, the Good Neighbor Next Door program, 50% discount on HUD homes, single family homes. Who's eligible? Law enforcement officers, teachers, firefighters, emergency medical technicians will meet all their requirements of the program. To get started, you go to search eligible homes at HUDHomestore.com. Well, actually, it's .gov, so I think it might be both .com or .gov. But we showed earlier, we showed .gov. Also, the Good Neighborhood Next Door programs allows law enforcement officers, pre-kindergarten through 12th grade teachers, firefighters, emergency medical technicians to contribute to community revitalization while becoming homeowners. HUD offices offers a substantial incentive in the form of a discount of 50% from the list price of the home. Eligible single-family homes are listed exclusively for sale through the Good Neighbor Next Door program and are in HUD designated neighborhoods in need of economic community development. Properties are available for purchase through the program for 7 days. The number of properties available is limited, and the list of available properties change weekly. So one of the benefits we just spoke about it, being able to get discount on the purchase of the home. Another one I would have been able to share through the chart there is the down payment is only $100. Um, The eligibility and the limitations, geographic restrictions apply. No household income restrictions, not limited to first-time home buyers. That's for you folks out there. And you must live in the home as your primary residence. So it has to be a primary residence. And there's some years on that. I think it's 3 to 5 years or something like that. You must, yeah, here it is. You must commit to living in this home for at least 3 years. You may not own other properties at the time you submit your offer to purchase this home, and for 1 year previous to that date. So, investors, sorry, but if you're a firefighter, police officer, and you jump in this is you can't own a home at this stage in the game. You must contribute an amount equal to 1% of the list price, but no less than $500 and more than $2,000. You can only buy a single unit home, townhouse, or condominium. You must use a real estate broker or agent to buy a good neighbor next door home. You must be employed full-time by the government where the home is located. You must certify that this is your intention to remain employed for 1 year, beginning with your purchase. Do not attempt to participate in the program if you know in advance that you will not be employed as required for at least 1 year. You must sign a second mortgage. Now, this is that part I was talking about. You must sign a second mortgage note for the discounted amount. No interest or payments are required on this silent second, provided that you fulfill the 3-year occupancy requirement. So this is what I got on here to talk about, folks. I would love you to share it in the comments. What do you think about this program for with police officers, firefighters, etc.? I think it's always been a good program to, number one, kind of give back for these service workers. They protect and serve us on a daily basis. Number two, to bring some, it's a catch-22 for your service worker, because depending on, especially if you're a police officer, because you're a police officer, you want to move into a neighborhood, but you don't want to end up being the neighborhood's security guard per se, because everybody knows. But it's a beauty of having a law enforcement officer actually living in your community. May make the community members feel a little safe, having someone of that caliber living in their community. But folks, it's a good opportunity. I'm pumped up because I have that we have that bid in for that buyer, and what I wasn't able to show you guys, it's the so when they put that bid in, it's at that price and all of that stuff, but it's the actual lottery. So they're just going to pull a name out of the hat, can't overbid or anything. You have to bid right at that price. Actually, it's really nothing, that we have to do. We go in and we just check off a few things, add some information, but the basic bid is actually already set up there for us. So we can't even really make any changes or anything. So everything is kind of laid out for us. It takes really probably less than 5 or 10 minutes to get that filled out and get that bid in. And now we have about 5 or 6 hours to go to wait and see what happens for this buyer. So I'm excited. I hope she gets it. So this one of the things that I wanted to talk about today. Let's see if I can get that internet back up, because I would love to go back into. Yeah, here it go. Did come up. And so, like we talked about, most of these single-family homes are going to come up in the revitalization areas that that HUD has actually listed. And so, just like you see here, they're talking about all the different steps, just like we kind of just went over. Let's go into the good neighbor mortgages. And so this is what I was getting into, wanted to kind of talk about. So the National Servicing Center monitors the servicing of the Good Neighbor Next Door program loans after closing. The Good Neighbor Sales Program allows eligible full-time law enforcement officers, teachers, and firefighters, emergency responders to participate. The page describes the Good Neighbor Next Door program participant responsibility according to the program regulations. So we talk about some of those things as well. And this is the annual certifications. When participants purchase properties under the Good Neighbor Next Door program, people, where did I go? Wait a minute, hold on a second. Oh, I went down here. Let me share my screen. I do that right? Yeah. So when participants purchase properties under the Good Neighbor Next Door program, they agree to own and live in the property for 3-year period as their sole residence. Participants are required to certify every year that they are living in the property. So there's guidelines with this, folks. You have to follow the guidelines. But with anything, you know, folks, I think it was last week, show the week before that, I was talking about the NACA program. Anything that has a program where you kind of get in some benefits from the state or local government, there's always your part that you have to play and actually getting these grants and discounts, if you will. So I skipped over that, but let's talk about the releases. Let's understand what releases the second lien. So at the end of the required 3-year occupancy period, HUD second mortgage will be released provided, number one, the participant has completed and returned the required annual certifications. Number two, is not currently under investigation of the Office of Inspector General. Number three, in compliance with the Good Neighbor Next Door regulation. A mortgage satisfaction will be filed with the participant's local county recorder's office. After the release is filed, a copy will be mailed to the property address. Thereafter, HUD's second mortgage will not show up on the title to your property. After release, there is no further obligation or restrictions imposed by the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Releases are mailed to the county reorder for filing no later than 30 days after the end of the required occupancy period. However, some counties have a filing backlog over which HUD has no control. So that's the setback, if you call that the setback. Some people do go into buying homes and have different motives for why they're trying to get into the program, but that's it. You do what you're obligated to do for 3 years, and then that second goes away, and now and literally here's the thing, folks. At that price point, the actual fixed up value in that neighborhood is about $450,000. So you're getting a hell of a deal, although you may need to put maybe $30,000 to $50,000 in there to make the house look like you want it to look. That's a great opportunity. So if anybody is interested in getting on the list, so that when these homes come up in your area, shoot me a comment, drop, and then we'll do is I'll get with you and get your email and get you on a list so that we can get you on a round robin list, so that when these homes come up in your neighborhood, if your police officer, fire responder, and all the firefighters, you can get that list of opportunities that come up. But folks, this is what I wanted to share with you today. I thought that, like I said, I was excited having it's been about 2 or 3 years that I've actually been working with a buyer, going out and looking at HUD properties. Again, it's not something at one time, maybe about earlier on in my career, real estate, we were always looking at HUD properties, actually, because we were actually short sales and foreclosures were big in the 2011, 2012, 2013 days. And I was getting a lot of investors good deals using these programs. So we're real big on them. But what happens is when the market changes and the easy stuff comes, not let's not say easy, but things that are not so cumbersome as, excuse me, short sales, which was taken 90 to 180 days to once you get under contract to get all of that process squared away. Foreclosures where you have to, you may have multiple bids on those and other things that you have to partake in as far as like you can get one of these foreclosures, and if you buy it, in order for you to get an inspection, you have to put the gas and electric in your name. People are not ready for that. They think about putting gas and electric in somebody's name. And the thing is, you can only put it in there for a couple of days or so. So it can't be in there for, they won't allow it. So they just want you to get in there, do your inspection, and come out. So these were big for a while. I think a lot of people forgot about them. The HUD houses being there, but there are opportunities there. As you saw, there's not a hell of a lot of them. It was only 18, and probably about 4 or 5 of them were outside of Maryland. And so these are the opportunities, folks. We're going to keep you tuned in on every opportunity that comes up or that you can have in real estate, whether it's for investing, buying a home, selling a home, etc. We're going to help. I want to help you with everything, everything real estate, probate, divorce, any of those things. We can help you with the information here. Come here, get free information, and then if you need some additional assistance, you can always reach out to me to get that additional information, or I can share, the resources for the things that I don't know. But again, I thank you again for chiming in with me. Another Hump Day Real Estate with Kendell and the DMV. Signing off until next week. See you soon.